Barcelona. They're genuinely starting to make me depressed, man. You know, the Real Madrid fan who went trophyless, losing the league to Barcelona 2 back-to-back seasons. You know, getting embarrassed multiple times this season. And now, I am hearing that they are not looking to buy a player but bunch of players. Ladies and gentlemen, what is happening on my timeline is genuinely going so crazy. And if I didn't cover a news that just came out, I'm so sorry, man, because every hour there is something new that is happening to the timeline and something rumors coming from Barcelona, and I'm genuinely sick of it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go through what happened in the last few hours. Barcelona are preparing first official bid for Julian Alvarez to be sent soon, and without any player included, these sick brothers spent 80 million like it was nothing for an Anthony Gordon, right? Bought him literally less than 4 hours, probably one of the fastest. Here we goes history, man. First of all, I don't know what loser is tracking that, but they tracked it, and this is probably the second fastest here we goes, which was Anthony Gordon to Barcelona. But Julian informed Atleti of desire to leave after rejecting a new deal few months ago. After direct meeting with agent and intermediaries, Barca will send the bid. Ladies and gentlemen, Alvarez has already accepted his fate. He's not going to extend his contract at Atletico Madrid. And I think what everyone been saying for years, that he is wasting his career at Atletico Madrid, is coming true. And you know what? Part of me is sad and depressed, but other part of me is really happy for Julian Alvarez to leave that garbage truck, because that brother has no future in Atletico Madrid, man. More on the Julian Alvarez, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, they are looking to bid 100 million euros. What in the world am I even saying? Am I genuinely dreaming? This is the third video back to back, right, where I genuinely sat here and said, am I genuinely dreaming, ladies and gentlemen? Is this a nightmare that I was going to be in the loop? Am I in hell, fam? Astaghfirullah, but am I genuinely in hell right now? What am I listening? 100 million from Barcelona, who just spent 80 million buying Anthony Gordon? I don't know what happened with Barcelona. I think it's Bayern Munich's president coming out after the Harry Kane rumors. He went at Barcelona and said Barcelona doesn't have money anyways, they are broke. He literally called Barcelona broke, fam. Do you know how embarrassing that is? And out of nowhere, they took the player they wanted, which is Anthony Gordon from Bayern Munich. Company was very interested in that player. Yes, you heard that right. And Barcelona snatched him like it was nothing, man. Not only dunked on Bayern's president, but generally got their revenge as well, man. But ladies and gentlemen, before the World Cup, they're trying to make this Alvarez deal finished and done. And this is not looking like another Nico Williams type of situation. Julian Alvarez genuinely wants to leave, and apparently the rumors is, you know why Fabrizio said that there is no players that is included in the deal? It's because there are no rumors saying that Ferran Torres is part of the deal. Which is so funny. I mean, Barcelona fans would genuinely send this brother to Atletico Madrid for free if they can. But, ladies and gentlemen, apparently Ferran Torres does not want to be included in the deal. I don't think it's your choice, mate. If this was Barcelona fans genuinely deciding, I mean, you would have been in the deal way long ago. You would have been in the deal for buying a goddamn, I don't know, a Spanish third league team, fam. But apparently Atletico Madrid only are interested in pure cash, and they don't want any player swaps, which is understandable. Even Atletico Madrid don't want a Ferran Torres at this point. But this brother has, he has good stats this season. I don't know why the hate is coming here, right? But Ferran Torres is not part of the deal. And if Julian Alvarez, oh my god, do you know how dangerous that attack will be, man? You have Gordon, you have Alvarez, and then you have Lamine Yamal, right? If you take the first letters of their names, that is what? G, A, and Y. We went from MSN to G, A, and Y? Damn. Okay, Julian Alvarez, ladies and gentlemen, apparently his dream is to play for Barcelona. I mean, we already know that. That's why he wants to join Barcelona. Same team where Lionel Messi played. Obviously, Lionel Messi, he's probably his idol. I mean, they're both Argentinian. They both won a World Cup together. He helped Messi win the World Cup. And seeing this brother at the striker position would genuinely boil my blood to a different level as well, right? And the club is going big for him. A formal offer of 100 million is about to arrive to Atletico Madrid office in the coming hours. Now, if I'm being honest, this is definitely happening, right? This is not a Nico Williams situation, like I said. Julian Alvarez, if you genuinely just look at him alone, he is Pep Guardiola's boy, you could say. I don't know how Pep Guardiola let him go like it was nothing, right? After winning the Champions League, after him coming from the bench, replacing Erling Haaland, right? That season where they won the treble. I think Julian Alvarez at the squad depth that Manchester City had was just insane, man. This brother used to come off the bench and substitute Erling Haaland and then score goals for fun, mate. He was insane, and he let him go the next season like it was nothing, probably because Alvarez wanted more game minutes and Pep Guardiola probably saw him like as a rotational player because they have Erling Haaland. It is understandable, it is Pep Guardiola, right? It probably hurt him a lot to see him go and let him go, right? He goes to Atletico Madrid, not the best of teams, and he performs unbelievable. But if you genuinely just look at Julian Alvarez, like I was saying, he is the most Barcelona-coded player I have ever seen, man. Him being Argentinian, him being that coming from a Pep Guardiola, him being a student of Pep Guardiola, you know, a Barcelona legend, you could say. Not you could say, he's definitely a Barcelona legend as a player and as a manager as well. And him joining, again, being Argentinian and joining the club that his idol Lionel Messi played in. I mean, it's such a beautiful story there. You cannot see him ever being in Real Madrid. You cannot see him ever being in any other team like a Premier League team like a Manchester United. He is definitely a Barcelona type of player. And I know we talked about strikers, potential strikers for Barcelona, Osimhen's, Harry Kane's, or whatever, right? In my opinion, Harry Kane obviously is the number one choice out of every other striker there is because he's genuinely just insane and he will provide and he will be amazing for Hansi Flick system, right? But Julian Alvarez is just a diamond, man, and I don't think 100 million they're going to be accepting, man. Atletico Madrid is definitely smarter than that in my opinion, and they are definitely not going to accept a 100 million bid from Barcelona. They will at least want 160 million, which would hurt Barcelona's bank, but Barcelona bank these days, I mean, you just look at the revenue in the last 4 years, we're talking about billions now. You know, let alone the millions that I was talking about for Barcelona. I don't know where they discovered this money out of nowhere. They were probably lying about being broke. I don't know if it's a TikTok live donations that they used to get before. You remember 3 seasons ago where Barcelona fans were donating money on TikTok live of Barcelona's official channels, and they were saying this is money for Nico Williams. They probably gathered those amounts, man. I mean, they didn't spend much in the last 3 to 4 years at all. If you think about it, they might have been just getting that money, getting the merchandise, and obviously winning everything that they have won domestically, the trebles and everything. They took that money, right? Last season they didn't invest anything. They generally just bought Joan Garcia for what, 20-30 million, and I don't remember who else they bought. Cancelo from loan, Szczesny 2 seasons ago from retirement for free, and they made it work. That's the scary part. They made it work. And if you give them money, that's what I said. I always said this season, right? If Barcelona had the money, it's genuinely over for a lot of us, mate. And now they got the money. They are safe in the rules thing in La Liga now, I believe, the one rule or whatever that is. So that means that they can go and splash the money that they can, right? And they're going all in, man. This is a serious club, and I'm genuinely so jealous of Barcelona fans. And I think being a Barcelona fan right now, you're probably living your dreams right now, right? But ladies and gentlemen, Deco was seen obviously in England, and this brother is moving on demon time, fam. You know, Barcelona fans don't rate Deco that much, but god damn, man, after this summer transfer window that he's going through, and we're only literally in May, and the summer transfer, I believe, did it even open yet? I think it opens after the World Cup or something like that. I genuinely don't know, but he is moving insane, fam. Apparently, he wasn't in England for Gordon only, ladies and gentlemen. He was out there meeting up with camps with several potential signings. And we're going through the several potential signings right now. The big one being Bernardo Silva. Obviously, he just had his thing, right, his memorial, you could say, at Manchester City. They made this big thing for him. Him and Pep Guardiola are leaving, obviously, Manchester City. If any Manchester City fans watching, I mean, I'm sorry to hear that you're letting go two club legends, obviously, Pep Guardiola winning everything, and Bernardo Silva. Even at this season, you might call him old. He probably is in his 30s right now, if I'm not being mistaken. He is insane. I remember watching Man City versus Arsenal in the Premier League, right? When they won that game, the way this brother was tracking back, the way this brother was moving back, the way this brother was going deep back in defense, going up front, creating the chances. Such an unbelievable player, man. I genuinely hope to God this brother plays like that in the World Cup as well for Portugal. But I mean, players when they go to the Portugal national team, it's like they forgot how to play football, right? But again, so close of them getting Bernardo Silva, and Hansi Flick apparently is a very big fan of Bernardo Silva. He already approved it, and he really is the one that is pushing to bring him in. Apparently Deco and others, I haven't seen any reports saying that Deco really likes Bernardo Silva, if I'm being honest. Hansi Flick is the one that is pushing for this. And if Hansi Flick wants squad depth, which is written here that he wants greater squad depth, and believe Silva can provide it, and then if he wants it, bring him, fam. He genuinely could be a great addition as a rotational player for Barcelona. Even if some people get injured, you can genuinely bring him and he can play for you as a starter as well. He proved himself multiple seasons. He is insane, obviously. Well, I mean, you could say past his prime, but as a rotational player, I mean, who wouldn't want a Bernardo Silva, man? For squad depth, like I said, the only thing that is stopping Barcelona for winning a Champions League, one thing is the defense, and I'm not hearing a lot of defense rumors, if I'm being honest. If they're going to splash 150 million for Alvarez, they splashed 80 million for Gordon. I don't know if they're going to bring Rashford or not. They shouldn't, in my opinion, because you don't need three left wingers in a goddamn Barcelona team, and that's nightmares for Trent Alexander-Arnold right there. But in my opinion, I think Rashford is a dumb move. Instead of investing 30 million in Rashford, they could get a cheaper with great potential center back, in my opinion. Like I said, I'm losing focus here. Two things that is stopping Barcelona from winning the Champions League. One of them is a good defense. Second thing is a squad depth. Look at Real Madrid's iconic 3 back-to-back Champions League team. What did they have that no other team had? Obviously, noodle hair Cristiano Ronaldo. And second thing is that the unbelievable squad, obviously. Third thing is unbelievable squad depth. You looked at that bench, James Rodriguez, Asensio's, you had Isco coming in sometimes. The amount of rotation things that you could have had with that team is just insane, man. And if Barcelona gets their hands on squad depth, oh my god, it's genuinely over for everyone, man. And just look at the things that is happening, right? This is all the, you could say, confirmed things. Marcus Rashford, like I said, it's loading, but I don't think they're going to buy him. I think Rashford himself is praying that they buy him, but I don't think they're going to buy him for 30 million. And a new center back and full back. Like I said multiple times, they need a full back and a center back. And you know what? I'm hearing rumors that they are interested in a center back and a left back, or a right back. And I think, in my opinion, they're going to get 2 of those players as well. This is looking one of the most historic transfer windows that Barcelona have genuinely started here, and it's looking so scary for our other teams, man. I don't want to jinx it. Same time, I want to jinx it because I'm a Real Madrid fan. It's just depressing that how serious this Barcelona team is, because they have started moving, they started doing the serious stuff a club does, and they started investing in players, man. It's not so long until we hear a here we go of a Julian Alvarez, and obviously Joe Cancelo, they're going to definitely buy him from Al Hilal, I believe. Yeah, Al Hilal. And I think it's going to be a very smart idea to get these players, if I'm being honest. Even as a Real Madrid fan, I mean, you need to respect it. You genuinely need to respect it. This is how a club should be moving. And Laporta, I mean, him staying and winning the elections, he's proving his worth right now, man. You know, people were divided of elections, not really divided. I mean, you could say 80%, 20%, but 80% wanting Laporta to stay. He won the elections, obviously, this year. And I mean, he is splashing. He is for once splashing. He wants to stay in this Barcelona team. until he wins more Champions Leagues, obviously. And then, ladies and gentlemen, just to end this diabolical news, Gordon in his private jet, Gordon with his agents, and he has landed in Barcelona. There was obviously footage of him being in the not training ground, like in front of Barcelona's headquarters. He's going to sign the deal. So Gordon is 100% done at this point, right? He looks happy. He looks like he wants to do great things in Barcelona. And you know what's genuinely interesting in all of this, right? Let's put it there, right? You know what's interesting in all of this? They're not buying unbelievable big names. Like, I'm not hearing Erling Haaland's. I'm not hearing even Lionel Messi's, right? I'm not hearing these big names, right? Which Real Madrid often does. They're investing in the right players. Players who are not like that famous, you could say, like a Kylian Mbappe. I know Julian Alvarez is up there as well, right? But they're investing in players that look like they are going to listen to the coach. They are investing in players that look like they are going to play in a system. They're investing in players that look like they are going to give it their all for Hansi Flick, man. And that is what Barcelona and Hansi Flick are building. And that's the idea that football teams are on. And this is the new trend, as you can say it, right? Because if you take a look at Real Madrid, I said it multiple times during this season and after the trophy season that we had, right? And I don't want to make this about Real Madrid, obviously, but I've said it always. We have a lot of superstars. And listen, the superstar strategy worked when we had the three-peat, you could say. It worked for a few times, right? But right now, I don't think that strategy works anymore, man. You cannot bring superstars in the team and bring like a world-class manager like a Zidane or someone the players would respect, right? These world-class players would respect, right? It's like a 50-50 chance there, right? You need to bring players that is good for the system. The thing with Real Madrid, you don't know what's the system. With Hansi Flick, you already know what's the system. It's like teams already know what the Hansi Flick tactics is. They go in the game and they still get destroyed because it's Hansi Flick's system and they have the right players for the system, man. And I think that's what PSG has done. Like, look at their squad, a lot of players that fit the system. Bayern Munich and company, what he's doing with that Bayern Munich team, again, players that fit with the system. And Barcelona looked at PSG, looked at Bayern Munich and are trying to keep up with these two teams, right? While Real Madrid, I haven't heard anything from them. Presidents are going at each other for the elections right now. I mean, egos, fights, and it's just not looking good. But Barcelona, you know what, respect to you guys. And I think more news to come soon. If something came and I'm making this video, I'm sorry, I'll talk about it tomorrow in the next video. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Comment down, I see every single comment. And gracias, amigos.